Okay, okay. Hello, hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Hey, hey, Tang, Yonga, Joanna. Okay, no problem. Zanab. Okay, Peitong. Yes, you're back. So that's your class, Peitong. Okay. Again, we can always talk about that. Okay, we can straight things out. No problem, Peitong. Okay. Good afternoon, Gurkirat, Pavani. Yes, Joanna, you can ask questions about the assignment. Yes, we're gonna have some exercise time, and you have the chance to do the exercise and or ask questions about the assignment as well. Okay, Santa, good to see you. Okay, okay. So end of the week. End of the week. Any one of you have classes on the weekends? Or summer, I mean, come on, summer, weekends, anyone with weekend classes? So I'm hoping that this is most likely the last class of the week for most of you, isn't it? Last one of the week? Yes, yes. Okay, my last one as well of the week. So as I said, first one, you are the first and the last of the week. Okay, okay. So, where are we? We are talking about Razor. We are talking about Razor. So, last class on Tuesday, we left in the exercise. During the exercise. This time around, we're gonna be reconnecting with the exercise. So, just to briefly recap where we left off, we started the student system. Okay, we started student system. We are talking about the Razor, all those topics. We're gonna cover all of them today. We're gonna wrap things up one way or another. We are wrapping things up today. We are talking about Razor, which sits right around here in the view, and we are doing the exercise. For the exercise student system, you have done step number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we are up to view imports. In case you don't have the source code yet, the source code is on Slack. Let me just check that under files. Yeah, so if you have Slack open, you can download student system step 03, or you can open Padlet as well, and I'm gonna upload to Padlet so you can have quick access to that, to step number 3. Okay, so you're gonna be using step number 3 as your starting point for step number 4, as usual, you know. So step number 4, here it is. You're gonna be creating an action and a view, both called list students. You're gonna be in the list students action. You're gonna create 4 hard-coded students using a list. Last week, remember, we saw how you can initialize a list of objects. So you're gonna use that same technique from last week. You're gonna be using, in this case, you're gonna send the list of 4 students to the list students view so that you can loop through them and print out the information about the students. And last one, you're gonna create a link from the index view pointing to the list of students using the tag helper asp-action. So that's number 4. I'm gonna give you 20 minutes sharp, because time runs out quite quickly. So you have 20 minutes to finish this one. I will reconnect. I'll show you this done in 20 minutes, and we're gonna move forward to step number 5 5, it's with me. 6 is with me, but 4, it's you. So when you see your turn, you do it. When you see Visual Studio symbol, I'm the one demonstrating that. If you have done 4 already, move forward to the other ones. Okay? You can move forward. Also, during those 20 minutes, you have the chance, as I mentioned, Joanna, if you want to ask me questions about your assignment 1, you can. Okay? So that's your chance as well. We're going to do this exercise, and there will be another 20 minutes later today that you're going to do another step of this exercise. So there's 20 now, 20 later. Let's start with this one. Any question about what needs to be done? Anyone? Any questions? Okay, so get it started. I'll put the timer. And again, feel free to ask me questions about the exercise or to ask me questions about the assignment as well. Okay? 20 minutes. Okay, Joanna, so the question is, I have an assignment question, how to link review to a recipe. Can we have an example, please? I try to, okay, so Joanna, assignment 1, it's really just about navigation, okay? So you should not be worried right now about saving the review. You can try to do that, but you don't have to do that, okay? Later, we may save the review of the recipe, but we don't have to. We don't have to for assignment 1, okay? Again, to be able to save the review, you're gonna have to have a lot of parts that were not covered yet. There is a lot of topics that we need to go through so that you are able to do that. It's not just like this. Now, maybe you are close enough and I can give you a little push there if you are close enough. But again, you might be missing a lot of things there that I cannot just give it to you easily, because there are a lot of topics to be covered to be able to do that. Do you want to show me what you have done there? If I see that you are very close, I'll give you the final push. But if I see that you are still far away, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait for the course to develop, to unfold, so you get those points added. Because again, it's not one simple little thing that you need to do. There are a lot of little things to get that done. Now, I can have a look at the message. I can have a look at the screen if you want to. Okay, so there's another question which is private. If you want to share your screen, I can have a look. Or if you want to share your code via Slack, again, I'm talking to the person who sent me a private message. If you zip it up, upload to Slack, I can have a look as well. Or if you want to share your screen, I can have a look at that as well. I'll leave it up to you. Okay, so I'm going to authorize screen sharing here. So 1 second. So I'm going to stop sharing mine. And I'm going to stop my video so I can see it better. And I'm going to authorize. Okay, perfect. So you can go ahead and I can have a look if you want to, whenever you want to share your screen there. Okay, so you're trying to link your CSS. Okay, so where's your CSS? Okay. Can you show me your startup file? Can you scroll down? Okay, so it's missing something here that is very important. Okay, before the last line where it says use MVC, before that line, Before that line, delete the use there. Actually, yes, hit enter. We're gonna be use app dot. Again, this is demonstrated in party invites. Okay, this is all in party invites. This is not new. But static, use static files. When you put that, the www root folder becomes available. It's a method. So put the parenthesis, semicolon, and then try to run it again. The CSS should be now available. Save it. Yep. I'll be demonstrating this step today. But again, this was mentioned on party invites. The last video of party invites, this is there. Can you see your CSS? Okay, one quick note. Look at the HTTP, the address. You see HTTPS. I asked many times not to uncheck HTTPS, okay? So you are running with HTTPS. Again, you can uncheck that, okay? You can do that, scroll all the way up to your project, to the solution, sorry, to the solution, yep. All the way up to the files, to the, yeah, right click on the project, not the solution, the project, yep. Yeah, project properties. And let's go to debug. The debug on the left hand side. Go all the way, yeah. Left, yeah. Scroll down. You see there is an enable SSL. Uncheck that box. Enable down. Yep, uncheck. Uncheck it. It's not unchecking. Oh, it's because it is running. I don't know. Well, so you're not able. Okay. Okay, you know what? If it's running for you, that's fine. But again, one of the steps when you create a new project is to uncheck HTTPS. Okay, so usually that option is available. I don't know what's happening in your case there. Anyway, leave it there. Hopefully you won't have a problem. Let's cross our fingers. Okay? Anything else? Mukahit? No problem, no problem. Glad to help. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay, question from Mazir. Do we need to have any content in review recipe? And also for the add recipe, should we have data entering form? Okay, so good question. Any content? Yes, there should be a little form there. The form to add a recipe, the form to add a review. Even if the review form is just one text message, one text box, the add recipe, there should be a form. Now, does the form needs to save the information? No, but it needs to have text boxes. It needs to have a submit button. If you click submit, it does need to save, but it needs to go, let's say, to go back to the list of recipes. It needs to go somewhere. You don't need to save the data, but it needs to go somewhere. Okay, so again, I hope it makes it. I hope it's clear, Mazir. Does it make sense? Awesome. Okay. But you can put some fake reviews there. You can put some mock-up reviews there. Yes, you can. Okay. That's fine. Rating is okay as well. That's good. Joanna, can you hear me? Okay, so actually you are very close to get this okay. Here's what I have to tell you. Actually, let me show the codes. Look, when you call this view, Joanna, you are not calling this method here. You are not calling the methods. You are calling the view, the review recipe. And if you open review recipe is expecting a review, not the name of the review. So again, here, when you say view recipe, review recipe, this is not this method here. This is the view name. And this is the data that you are sending to the view. The view is not expecting a recipe name. The viewer is expecting an entire review. Now, here, what you are doing is that you are getting the recipe name from the URL as a parameter in the URL. So I think that to fix this, you have to send here the entire review. Actually, here's the thing. If you, as you are saving the review, how about you go back to the recipe? You don't need to stay in the same review. Go back to the recipe. Again, as you save the review, don't stay there. Go to the recipe. So call the recipe list here. Go back to the, let me see here where this is. Because I'm trying to run this as well. Let's see. Okay. So when you save this, go back to the list of recipes. Go back. Don't stay there. Okay? So just invoke the recipe list. Just go back there. Okay? So, but again, congratulations, you are doing fine. You are, again, way ahead of the content here. So congrats. Very good job. Okay? Awesome. I think that our time is up. Yes, it is. Okay, so I've worked with some of you, and let's see, anyone stuck? Anyone got stuck with this? Let me quickly walk you through this one. So let's see here, this is step number 4. So I'm gonna quickly show you what needs to be done here. Sorry, I need to reformat this. 1 second, because I just came from another class and I had solved this there. 1 second. So again, think about your questions. I have Padlet open here as well. I have the chat. You can send privately, you can send anonymously, you can send a smoke signal, you can send any type of communication. So let me know how you're doing. Let me ask you a question. Who is not lost in this exercise? Who is not? Give me some feedback there in the chat. Who is not lost? Who knows what is following through? Okay, I'm gonna assume now that everybody is lost there. Who is not lost?
Hello, Professor. This is Aslan.
Aslan, hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Last week we talked about the Mac problem, right?
Yes.
So somehow I fixed it. Like I'm working on the 2.1, but over there when we are adding the view page, we are adding the MVC view page, right? MVC view page.
But not MVC view page. It's okay. Carry on. Finish what you're saying.
We are saying we make a file under the home, right?
Yes.
Then we added it comes with the extension of CHTML, right?
Yes, HTML. So, yes.
Yeah. So over there, mine one is only coming Razor view page. No, I don't have the option for MVC view page.
Okay. So you have not been able to add a view yet?
I can add a view, but when I am doing it from my Visual Studio and when I run it, it doesn't give me any output on the server. But whenever I download any other file and if I run it, so I can modify it, but I cannot do it from my Visual Studio.
Okay. I'm gonna give you one option here. Can you see my screen? Am I sharing my screen? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give you one option here. If this doesn't work, I will have you sharing your screen with me a little bit later during another exercise, okay?
Okay, Professor.
But look at this. If I go to home, if I right click, I have the option to add view like this or new item. So you are set when you go to new item, you don't see Razor view nor view at all?
Oh, I have Razor view. I do have Razor view.
Okay, so that's the one.
That will work, but I don't know. It doesn't work on the server, browser.
So what do you mean by does work on browser? That's what I'm not following. What are you trying to do?
Let me if I download any other you have provided us the party invites, right, on the eCentennial.
Okay.
So download it.
Okay, so here's the thing, Aslan. The one that I provided, I know that students in a Mac, they cannot make that run properly, okay? So that's why I told you that if you download the ones that I provide, create your own solution, and then import the files that I provided to you. Don't use the solution file that I provided because that one seems to be very specific for Windows.
Oh. My problem is when I'm making on my Visual Studio, it's not giving me any output on the browser.
Okay, but so Aslan, I have to see that so I can guide you a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Because again, maybe it's something that is Mac specific or maybe not, but again, I'll need to see that. So let's use the next exercise time for me to for you to share your screen with me, and we can
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
through this, okay?
Okay, give me 10 minutes. I'll just find up everything to show you. So it's easy
Perfect.
for me.
That's
Okay.
okay. That's okay. And again, we do
Thank you,
that
Professor.
in our next exercise time, okay?
Okay, Professor. Thank you so much.
No problem, no problem. Okay, so just reconnect where I am here. We are about to demonstrate step 4, okay? So step 4. So create an action and view, both called list students, okay? So here we have list of students is a view. If we go to controllers, home controller, we have a view here as well, list students. And then send a list collection, a list of students with 4 students. Look, I'm declaring a list of students, I'm creating the list of students, and I am creating each student. Student first one, second one, the third, and the fourth one, okay? And then at the very end, I'm sending the list of students to the view, okay? I'm sending to the view. Now, the view, guess what? What is the model? Tell me on the chat. What is the model of that view? Which model is being used? What is the type of the model that is being used in list students? What is it? Anyone? At the very top, where it says at model what? What is it in the list of students? What does it say there? Yes, thank list students. So Mukahit, the student.cs is this model here, okay? So in the list of students, we have list students because we are sending a list of students to that view. So it's strongly typed. This view is strongly typed. It's linked to this type here, okay? And then we are looping using Razor syntax. We are doing a for each student loop in model, and we are printing them out. We are outputting the list of students, okay? That's what we are doing with 4.3. 4.4, we need to create a tag that links index to list of students, to the action list of students, okay? So here we have, look, we have the A tag, which is a link tag. We have the tag helper, ASP-action. And then we have the name of the, is this the name of the view or the name of the action? What is it? Is it view or action here? This one here. It's the action, okay? Action, look at this. This is called ASP-action. This name here is not the view. This name is the action called list students in the controller. It's this one here. Now, it just happens that our view is also called list students because we call view without the name of the view parameter. So it matches. But again, here in the link, this is the name of the action, not the view. Okay? Awesome, awesome. Okay. So we are done with 4. Let's jump to 5. But before that, before 5, I have this one here for us. If you have taken Comp 1, 2, 3 with me, in the 4th week, I ask you to do this. 4th week, it means that we are in a third of our course, okay? So we know enough, you know enough about the way I work, that you know what you like and what you don't like, okay? And because we are early enough in the course, it's still time for me, for us to adjust things, So I'm gonna ask you to fill out a quick survey that will help me improve your course experience until the end of the semester. We still have 9 weeks to go. Okay? So you're gonna tell me, 1, what you'd like me to stop doing. 2, what you want me to start doing. Maybe some other instructors, they are doing certain things in the class that you would like me to do as well. I don't know everything. I don't know what they are doing. Each one has a different style and are using different things. So maybe there's something that you want me to do here as well. Tell me. And also, tell me what is working and you'd like to continue working like that. So again, 3 things. This is anonymous. You don't put your name. I'm going to give you 5 minutes so you can have a look at this and do that for me, okay? So I'm going to paste the link to that on our chat and on Padlet. So it's in the chat and it's on Padlet as well. I'm gonna call this start, stop, continue. Here's the link. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. As you do the survey, I'm gonna take attendance, okay? So just keep listening to your name and just give me a hi, hello in the chat. You have 5 minutes, please, please. It's gonna help me to make this better for all of us till the end of the course. Okay, so here we go. Aslan, you were there. Aslan. Anusha, Basanta. Beno Infante, Barath, Gaofeng. Again, Beno Infante, Barath, Gaofeng. Okay. Gopika, Gukirat, Jayanth. Yeah, Barath, I put yours. Gopika, Gukirat, Jayanth. Okay, Joanna, you were there. Juhi, Karandeep, and Manpreet. Juhi, Karandeep, Manpreet. Okay, Mazir, Mehmet, and Mukahit. Mehmet, okay, Mukahit as well. Mazir, I think that you were there, Mazir. Nita, Pavani, and Peitong. Peitong, you're there. Pavani, you're there. Nita as well, okay, good. Prince, Ravi, and Sali. Ravi, Sali. Prince, you're there as well, yep. Okay, Prince, Ravi, and Sali. Samarth, Sona, and Ravula. Sona is there. Ravula is there. Samarth, you're not there. Okay. Syed, Tank, and Yonga. Tang is there. Deng is there. Zenab is there as well. Syed and Yonga. Yonga, you're there? Okay, okay, great. So again, 2 minutes for the survey to be done. Thank you for the ones that are answering. Go pick, okay. Zenab, I put yours, that's fine. Okay, all good. Yes, Ali, I'll share phase 4 codes, okay? So let me do that. Step 4. In any case, by the end of the class today, you're gonna have all the steps shared. I shared on Padlet, and I'm gonna put that on Slack as well. So let me see. So in both places, you can find it there, okay? Great, okay, great. Thank you very much for doing the survey. It's, again, I'm thinking about you to make this better for you. Okay, so the next step, let's go through the next step here. We are now on step number 5. This is with me. And now the idea is this. We're gonna be sharing the common HTML in a layout file. Let me demonstrate that. It's better than just talking. We're gonna create a file called basic layout inside a folder called shared inside views. So I'm gonna open this solution. I'm going to go to the views folder. I'm going to right click, going add new folder, and I'm gonna say shared. So shared is inside views. Then from here, I right click shared, I go to add, new item, and we're gonna go to a layout. Let's look for a razor layout file. So here we have, important, this file does not have any particular name that you need to do. However, I would like to ask you to follow 2 standards. 1, keep the underscore. Underscore for the name of a view usually means that this is not a regular view. This is a special type of view, okay? And then keep the keywords layout, because this will tell you and whoever is looking at your codes that this file is not a regular view, it's actually a layout. So let's call it underscore basic layout. You could call it admin layout, my layout, just layout, but keep the keyword layout there, okay? So let's click on add. And here, it has already placed a bunch of HTML code for us. That's actually what we want. We want the standard code there, because now, look, I'm gonna go to our views, to index, and to list of students, and let's have a look here. Let's see what HTML is the same between them. Let's open index, let's open list of students, and look at that. Look, we have doc type is the same. Let's move, oops, move this here. I'm just moving things around a little bit. So you see, doc type is the same on both of them. Then we have HTML tag, the same. We have heads, the same. We have the entire heads, which is almost the same. What is the difference? What is the difference between index and list view so far, where it's selected? That's it, Ravi. The title. We're gonna ignore that for now. We're gonna address that a little bit down the road, okay? But so far, up to body, everything is the same except the title. But we're gonna handle that later. So everything is the same. So now, here's what we can do. I can say, I'm gonna delete this. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete the common elements. I'm going to delete the closing body, the closing HTML as well, at the very bottom. I'm going to do the same for list of students, closing body and closing HTML. Now, guess what? In terms of HTML, we only have the specific codes related to index and related to list students. We don't have anymore the common elements. We move the common elements from the views to the layout. Okay? What I just told you, how do you feel about that? I mean, give me your initial impressions here. Okay, we have some feedback here. Okay, so before I address the question here, let me just get a sense of how you are taking this. Okay, again, we move the common components from the specific views to the layout. Okay, let me address the question here on Padlet. Let me just increase this a little bit. Okay, I found the textbooks some kind restricted. So far, we are making some basic web programs, but I think big picture is missing. I hope you can incorporate some overview or systemic overlook of web development, analysis, some of the other industry technologies, frameworks, etc. Do some comparison with other study. I want to feel related to... Okay, so this cannot be more real than this. I don't know, again, it's anonymous, so I'm not sure who is sending that, that's fine. What we are doing, let me tell you, last week, I'm working in a project that I'm using this. I'm working a project for a client that I'm using everything that we are doing here. So again, it cannot be more real and more industry than this one. So again, other frameworks, this course is based on MVC, which is an approach to system development. So again, if you want to get back to me with more specifics of what you're expecting here, okay? But again, it cannot be more real words than what we're doing here. Basic web programs. Yes, we are covering the basics because we have to start somewhere. We cannot assume that everybody knows a lot already. So again, we are starting to build the building blocks of building sophisticated applications. We're going to be deploying this live on Azure later on. We're going to be using database later on. We're going to be using validation with jQuery later on. So again, we are building our knowledge to get there. We cannot fast track and jump right in. So again, I'm just trying to give some feedback here. Thank you for the feedback, but that's what I have to say about that right now. If you want to get back to me and talk to me, we can have one-on-one. You can keep your privacy. We can go one-on-one, talk a little bit further. But again, that's what I have to mention to you about this. We're going to get deeper as we go along. At this point, we are building our knowledge. So if you are an advanced student, keep pushing forward, keep going fast. But again, I have to keep the pace that goes for majority and for the course goals and objectives. Okay? Again, that's my 2 cents here. But thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate this kind of feedback. Okay, so let's see here what we have done so far. Great. Okay, so look at this. We have render body here in the basic layout. So when we run this, actually before we run, we have to do something here. We have to go back to index, and in the layout, instead of setting to null, we have to set layout equals to what? Can anyone give me what should be set here? Yes, we have to say equals to underscore basic layout. Okay, and we have to do the same for the other file as well. So we are making the layout of both views, we are setting them to basic layout. So this layout here will be loaded whenever the view is necessary. And then in the render body, this is a method that gets replaced by the content of the specific view. Let's run this and see this in action. Okay, so look at this. If I right click, I'm just gonna increase the font a little bit here. If I look at the page source, look, we have the specific of the view plus the shared code from the layout. The same thing if I click on list of students. If I look at the code, view page source, we have the shared layout here at the bottom as well, but we have the specifics from the view. So render body gets replaced by the contents of the view in runtime. Okay, why did you delete end parts? Because the end is here, Sally. The end is here. Look, we have body and HTML here, so we don't need to repeat that in the views. Okay, we don't need to repeat them because it's already present in the shared layout. I don't know if that makes sense. Remember that now we only have to make it easy. Yeah, actually, it is to make it easy, because now if the common elements are in one single location, imagine if I need to change something before. If it was common, I need to change on each and every single view. Now, if I need to change something, and you're gonna do that, we just need to come to the basic layout because it's shared across all views. It makes it easier to it makes it easier to maintain, because you are not maintaining duplicated codes, duplicated HTML codes. Okay? Again, as we practice this, you will get to know this a little bit better. Let's see what's next now. So we did the render body, we did the layout. Now, look at this. Look, the title is not a friendly title, you know? See, it shows the URL. Because, as I told you, we have specific titles for the specific views. But look, we have view bag here in the basic layout. We have the title. So we can say this. We can set the title of the view bag in each view. We can say at the top, in the razor code block, we can say view bag.title equals to, well, in the list, we're going to call this list of students. And then in the index, let's call this homepage. So I've changed both of them. Now, if I go back and if I refresh, look, now I have homepage for the first one, and I have list of students for the second one. Look, let's look at the page source. Look, right now, it's been replaced. If I look at this as well, view page source, the title gets replaced. So, check this out. View bag not only works to copy information from the controller to the view, but also from the view to the basic layout, to the layout. Okay, so it works like that as well. There's a question here, Mazir. In different views in the heads, we have maybe different links to CSS. Okay, so Mazir, keep one thing in mind. In a simple system, usually we don't have that many different CSSs, okay? However, if you have different CSSs for different views, most likely you're gonna have different layouts. Remember that layout, basic layout, we can have another layout called admin layout, my layout, layout number 2. We can have different layouts. Each layout may have a different set of CSS, okay? And JS as well. But again, basic layout is here to share whatever is shareable, okay? That's it. Whatever is shareable. Okay, view back. Okay, again, pause here, questions. This is step number 5. Okay, I'm gonna share the codes, but before that, we are already over our 5 to 8 break. Let's have a quick break here. Okay, could you share? Yes, I'll share that yoga right now, but let's go for a 5 minutes break. Okay, so just to refill some water. 5 minutes, we'll be back. I'll put the timer here and we will be back quickly. Okay. Oops, okay. So we are done. Can you just quickly let me know if you can hear me well? Just a quick test. Okay, thank you, Joanna. Okay, so we did step number 5. Let's move forward with step number 6. It's still with me, okay? I'm still the one helping with that one. Okay, so on number 5, we're gonna be creating another file called view start. View start inside the views folder. Okay, so let's go there. I'm gonna stop the application, and I'm gonna, in the views folder, I'm gonna right click, add, new item, and let's create a Razor view start. Okay. So Razor view start, the name has to be exactly this, underscore view start. The goal of this file, the objective, is to move common code blocks to this file, to this location. Let's have a look if we have a common line of code between list students and index. Do we have that? Can you see anything in the first block, in the block of codes, in the code block? Can you see anything common? What is common? What is the same? The same line of code? Yes, the layout. The layout is common, okay? So we get rid of the layout line from the views, and we put that line in the view start. So here we're gonna say layout equals to basic layout. So this file view start underscore view start is supposed to keep common code blocks from the different views. Okay? So look at this. I'm just to recap. We have 3 different types with different goals of common files. We have the layout file that has common HTML. We have view imports that has common namespaces and tag helpers. And we have view starts that has common code blocks. Okay, so that's it. 3 files. Now, there's one detail here. Basic layout, you can call it however you want. There is no particular need to have it called something specific. You can call it like it says, basic layout, admin layout, underscore, okay? However, for view imports, you have to call it underscore view imports. For view start, you have to call it underscore view start, okay? But those are the 3 files that we share: HTML, Razor codes, directives, namespaces on our MVC application, okay? Great. So we did number 6, 6.1 and 6.2. 7, it's with you. 7, what you're gonna do is, in the list of students, if the GPA is greater than 2, show the message. Great GPA, show the text there. If it's less than 2, show the message. Keep working on your GPA. And then you're gonna use a switch case statements to test the course code and to display the name of the course according to the course code. We have 229, 100, 123. Okay? So you do that yourself. It's your turn, not my turn yet. Okay? You're gonna have 20 minutes to do that. Ask me questions. In 20 minutes, I will show you this code and I'll jump to the last step, which is number 8. Okay? I'm going to upload step number 6 to Padlet. See here. Okay, so step number 6 here to Padlet and to Slack. Okay, so again, 20 minutes. Aslan, if you want to, okay, can we have layouts of layouts, like a basic layout and the header, footer, navigation? There are other things that are similar to that, Ravi, that you can break down the layout, but it's not necessarily a layout of a layout, okay? But you have components like that. You can break it down. We're going to be exploring that a little bit later in the course as well. Navigation, footer, and header are good places to put in the layout, okay? Anyway, 20 minutes. Aslan, if you want me to have a look at your codes, at your problem there, let me know. This is the time.
Okay, Professor. Professor, I have just did the party invites. So until 2 videos, I have done it to my Visual Studio, and right now I don't know how it's working, but I would like to show you, because I don't know how it worked. I don't know, but I just followed it and it's working right now, and okay. I'm so happy.
Okay, great. So do you still want to show me the issue?
Yeah, I still want to show you.
Okay,
that.
So let me stop sharing here. I'm going to stop my camera and I'm gonna allow you to share. Yeah.
Okay,
so you can share if you want.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, so you can see it right now, right?
Yes, I can. I can see the folders. Yes.
Okay, so I was following over there, and now. Okay, let me minimize this. Studio here. Stop it. So right now it's working.
Do you want to show me the one that was not working? Do you still have a copy of that?
I don't think so.
That's okay. That's okay.
So over here it's working right now.
Okay.
And the thing is, I was about to show you, it's over here. Like when we are adding one view to the home,
Yep.
Adding. So my options are over
Yep.
here. Go
Got
to new
it.
file.
Yep.
And I can add only these options. So
Okay,
I was
so
doing
yeah, so there you
view.
go. See, razor view.
Yeah, I was doing with that. And that time it was not working. When I was using the razor view, it was not
Okay.
working.
Oh,
So right now, I don't know, the problem has been solved and it's working. Hopefully I can finish the party invites, hopefully.
got it. You see, that's called magic, Aslan.
Yeah, that's your magic, Professor. I don't know. I was about to tell you, and all of a sudden it started working.
Because usually computers they are afraid of me. If they know that I'm gonna show up, they start behaving, you know.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Okay, Aslan, good to see that you have progressed there. Okay, very good to
Yeah,
see that.
Professor. Now I can start working on my assignment.
Awesome, awesome. Again, if you get stuck, let me know. Okay,
Yeah, thank you so much, Professor.
no problem.
Thank you. I'll stop the sharing.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Young, if you want to overwrite your string, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. You can do that. I mean, again, be creative. No problem. Nothing wrong with being creative there. Okay. Okay, Mazir. I see your questions here. Can you hear me well? Just give me a quick confirmation. Hello, Mazir. Just check. Okay. So your questions. Can we use layout view for sec001 for menu bar? You can. It's not required. It's not being asked for that because we just saw it. But you can. If you want to, you can use that. Okay. Where do we upload the class videos? Okay, the class videos are all. Can anyone help me with that? Class videos. They are all under content videos. Our section is section 001. So section 1 is right here. You can see the playlist right here. Week 1, day 1, week 1, day 2, week 2, day 1, week 2, day 2, and it goes on like this. Okay? So again, week 4, day 1. By tomorrow morning, you're going to see week 4, day 2 here as well. Okay? No problem. And third one, do you upload today's class code? Yes, I will be uploading. You're going to find it under files. The same thing that I have done with part invites. I'm going to create another one called student system. Everything will be here. As soon as we are done with the class today, in the next half an hour, all files will be located here the same way as you see part invites. Okay? Is that it? Anything else? No problem, no problem. 2 minutes to go, and then we start. Okay. Let's do this. Let's wrap things up with the last step. Anyone with a major stack there? Anyone with big questions? Big questions? No one? Okay, let's have a look at this. So we're gonna have to use an if statement in our razor codes and a switch statement as well. Okay, so let's start. Let's have a look at the if statement first. Okay, so in our view, we have list students in our views. Inside the loop, what we have here is a for each loop. We open curly braces, and then inside we can have codes and we can have HTML as well. Okay, so the lines can start with HTML or can be lines of codes as well. So the if statement, look, we can keep the original GPA being displayed, but then we can open an if statement, at if, that's the Razor syntax. The at is a symbol that there is code coming after that, usually. And then we have if s.student.gpa is greater than 2, display grade GPA. Now you may think, okay, what is this? What is this at column? Well, this is supposed to say that what comes after that is text that needs to be output to HTML. Okay? Because if we don't use that, look, Razor will think that this is code. And this is not code. This is not a command line. This is not a method call. This is actually just text that needs to be printed out to the HTML. To flag that for Razor, we have to use at semicolon. Okay? Now, here's the thing. If we put this text inside a tag, we can do this. Look. If we put this inside a tag, then we no longer need at column, because Razor is smart enough to know that, okay, if he's starting with a tag, it's because this is HTML, this is not code. So we don't have to do anything. We don't have to use this, okay? So this is only used when we are printing out plain text, no tags, okay? Does it make sense? Is it making a little sense here? Again, the goal of this is to get to know about Razor, okay? Okay, great. So if I do this, and I'm gonna revert back, I don't add first GPA, but my code is, that's fine. The first one is just to print out, it's just to show, look, I'm gonna have this here. Look, I'm gonna run this, okay? The first one is just to show the GPA, the number join, okay? So look at this, list of students. Look, it shows the GPA number and then dash in the message. If I remove this one here, we're gonna remove the number. That's it. I'm gonna refresh. Look. See, we removed the GPA number. Okay, great. Okay, so let me undo this. So this is the if statement. Again, very similar to what you do normally in C#, with a few exceptions. You know, you'll see some different syntax here, some different symbols here. You have the at to identify that this is code. Okay. Look at the switch statement. We're gonna use a switch statement to test the course code. If it's Comp229, outputs web application development. And so it tests each one. Comp229, Comp100, Comp123, or if it's none of these, it's other course. Okay. Again, you start the switch statement with an at. You can use curly braces to say what will happen inside the switch, and it becomes very, very C# like. You have a break to stop the case, okay? Anyone got confused here with the at symbol, with anything? Okay. I'm gonna check Padlet as well to see if there's anything there. Okay, seems to be okay. Great, so I'm gonna move to the last step. The last step I'll be demonstrating here. And step number 8 is about adding Bootstrap. Who knows what Bootstrap is? What is Bootstrap? Come on, some of the designers out there, some of the web developers out there. Yep, library, CSS, yep, it's all that. It is a CSS framework, that's it. Bootstrap is a CSS framework. It will make your web application look prettier, look beautiful, without much effort, okay? We're not here in this class to discuss the details of Bootstrap, but we want to make sure that we know how to add Bootstrap. So we're going to follow the following steps to have Bootstrap running in our environment, okay? First of all, we're going to add libman. Libman is the library manager of Visual Studio, C#, MVC, okay? So it's a library manager. How we do that? Well, let's go back to our project here. I'm going to break the application. Then I'm going to do this slowly so everyone pay attention here. Look at me. It's like NPM. Yes, it is like that. It is close to that. Along the same lines. Okay, Ravi? So, look at this. I'm going to click the project name. Not the solution, the project name. I'm actually going to right click there. As long if you are running this in a Mac, you may not have this option there. So you will have to download Bootstrap manually. This process that I'm going through right now is just for you to automate the download of Bootstrap. In your case, most likely you need to download Bootstrap files manually and unzip them manually inside your www root folder. Okay? Just a heads up for the Mac users out there. So, right click, go to Manage Client-Side Libraries. Again, Manage Client-Side Libraries. Click there. I'm going to click there. Look, it created for me this file called libman.json, which has this standard definition. What we're going to do here is we're going to create a reference to Bootstrap, and this will download Bootstrap automatically to our projects. How we do that? Well, we just open some space here inside the square brackets, just break the line, and we're going to add curly braces here. We're going to add the Bootstrap framework here. We're going to say library to say what is the library that I want to add. Bootstrap comes from Twitter, so we're going to say Twitter. It was originally created by Twitter, no, by the company Twitter. So Twitter-bootstrap, hit enter, and then it's going to bring automatically the very last version of Bootstrap. We're not going to be using the very last version, we're going to be using the version prior to that. Okay, let me see here. 1 second. Just trying to find the right version here. Okay, so the version is... Okay. So we're going to be using version 4.3.1. Okay? So that's the version of the framework, of Bootstrap framework. Then we're going to finish the line with a comma. We're going to go to the next line and we're going to say, where do we want this library to be saved? What is the location? So we're going to say destination, which is a folder. I'm going to select www.roots. I'm going to create a folder inside of it called lib for third-party libraries. this is just my standard, and I'm gonna say slash the name of the folder, bootstrap. Okay, so it's gonna download bootstrap to the www root folder, lib folder, bootstrap folder. Okay, what kind of bootstrap? Expect Twitter. Except Twitter. Yoga. The fact that it's Twitter here is just that, again, the company, Bootstrap was created by Twitter. That's it. I think that now it's no longer related to Twitter anymore. Okay, so yeah, so I'm not sure what's your question. I don't fully get it. If you want to reword that, I will have a second look there. Okay, now, do you want to see some magic? I will show some magic here. Okay, look at this. I didn't save this yet. Okay, see the asterisk? It's telling me that I made some change, but I didn't save it yet. Okay, I mean, if I want to use other types of, okay, there's no other types of Bootstrap, Yoga. Bootstrap is the name of the framework. What you have is you have different versions, version number. Okay, as new versions are released, there are new numbers. Now, what you might be talking about is different versions of, different CSS frameworks. Bootstrap is one framework, but there are others. There is one called Foundation, and there are many others out there. Bootstrap is one of the most popular ones. Okay. For the party invites, yes, Joanna, because as I have progressed with other examples, I try to push the Bootstrap version to a more recent one. That's it, okay? Okay, so look at the magic. I didn't save this yet. When I save, I'm gonna press Ctrl S to save it. Look, under the www root folder, it's gonna show up a little arrow here indicating that more folders have been created under it. So this will be downloaded automatically to www root. Pay attention. It's gonna be quick. If you blink, you're gonna miss it. I'm gonna save it. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna save it right now, Ctrl S, and look at the folder, www root. Look at that. Voila. Look at this. Lib, Bootstrap, CSS. Tell me, is it magic or what? Yes, Tank, that's magic. Okay? I love it. I love the library manager. It does the download automatically. We're going to do that when we need to use, what is the name? Angular, not the Angular. What is the framework, the JS framework? jQuery. We're going to be using jQuery. jQuery Mukahits. That's the one. So later on, we're going to be using jQuery. We're going to be using this as well. So once this is done, guess what? Now we have to go to our shared layout and add a reference to our Bootstrap file. So our views will look a little bit better. Okay? Okay, so now we go back to views, shared, basic layout, and we're gonna put a link here. We're gonna link to the CSS, to the Bootstrap CSS. Link rel style sheet href. Then we're gonna say lib / bootstrap / CSS, and then we're gonna select bootstrap min.css, and we're gonna close this, and we are done here. Can anyone tell me what does it mean? Mean? What is mean? The web developers out there, anyone knows what mean means? Minimize, minify it. Minified because it gets rid of all the spaces, the line breaks of the CSS to make the file very small, okay? So this is one step. The other step that we have to do is this one here. We have to go to Startup, and we have to add an extra line of code here to be able to activate and for the application to see the www root folder. I'm going to have to say app.use static files. That's it. If I run this now, you're going to see that our application has a little different style. The font is going to be a little bit different. Let's have a look. Look, the font is different. Can you see that? Let's look at the table. Again, you can see a difference in font. If you have a look at the code, view, page source, you can click the Bootstrap link, and here is the CSS minified of the Bootstrap, okay? So, let's do one more thing. Let's make this table look a little bit better. We can do that if we go to the list of students, and if we use a Bootstrap class for the table called, guess what? Table. So if we use just this class, we can make it look a little bit better. Look at this. I'm going to refresh. Okay, so as you can see, we have now better columns and lines between rows, okay? So it's looking a little bit better. Am I gonna talk to you about all the different classes of Bootstrap? No. But you can go to getbootstrap.com and you can have a look at the many classes there if you want to pretty up your web application, okay? Any questions? That's it. That's what we have done. We have finished here, wrap things up, our step number 8. Any questions in the chat? Anything? Let me check Padlet as well. Okay. By the way, as I said, I will be uploading the entire code to Centennial in the next 20 minutes, okay? Perfect. Before I let you go, as we are done here, okay, so Salim, so we have to follow all this phase sequentially. Well, sequentially, you can put in a sequence. That's fine. There is no problem if you don't do in this exact sequence, but you have to do all of them to have the application put together. But you're going to be practicing this more and more, and most of this will become, hopefully, second nature to you. And make notes as you go along. Make notes. Any logical order? Well, anything that is code related, that is C# code, you need to put it up front because otherwise it won't work. Okay? For instance, if we didn't put the, let's say, this here, app.use static files, www root would not have worked. Okay? So it is better if you put in a logical order, because the way I have presented here is the most logical order that I can think of. That's why I'm presenting this to you like this. Okay? Any follow-up, Sally? Anything? Okay. So everyone, before I let you go, 2 things. Assignment 1, it's due next Friday. Friday the 26th. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Send me an email, send me a smoke signal, do something. Communicate with me. Okay? If you are having any difficulties. Yes, next Friday, Mazir. Correct. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. I'm quite sure it is next Friday, yes. Again, we can check Centennial. The date is there. Second thing, bonus number 5 has been released on Centennial. If you go to week 4, you're gonna see bonus 05 there. Read it. You're gonna get started with another exercise, MVC related. I hope that you not only watch the video, but do it together with the video. Follow along on Visual Studio as well. Do bonus 5 before the beginning of next class on Tuesday, okay? Have a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy beginning of summer. Have a good start of summer. Summer is starting tomorrow. Again, have a great weekend, everyone, and see you all on Tuesday, okay?